Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Beginner English, the podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike, and we are so excited you're here with us today.
Mike, I have to ask you something. Do you remember the first time you introduced yourself in another language?
Oh my goodness, yes. I was in Spain, and I said, Me llamo Mike, and then nothing. I just stood there like a statue.
A statue, that's so funny. But you know what? That's totally normal. Introducing yourself can feel scary, even in your own language sometimes.
Exactly, and that's why today's episode is perfect. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about introducing yourself in English.
By the end of this episode, you'll feel confident and ready to meet new people. Are you ready to learn with us?
Let's do this.
Okay, Mike, let's start with the very basics. When you meet someone new, what's the first thing you usually say?
Well, I usually say hi or hello. Simple, right?
Perfect. And our listeners, this is so important. You don't need complicated words to start a conversation. Hi and hello work perfectly.
But Sarah, what about hey? I use hey all the time with my friends.
Great question. Hey is more casual, more relaxed. So if you're meeting a new friend at a coffee shop, hey is perfect. But if you're meeting your boss's boss at work,
Probably better to say hello or good morning.
exactly. Context matters. Now, let's practice these greetings together. Listeners, repeat after me. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey. Remember, this one is casual.
Hey.
Beautiful. Now, after you say hello, what comes next?
Your name. This is where it gets interesting. There are actually several ways to tell someone your name.
Let me show you. The most common way is, my name is Sarah. Mike, can you try that?
My name is Mike.
Perfect. But we can also say, I'm Sarah.
I'm Mike.
Or, in very casual situations, I'm Sarah, and you?
Oh, I like that one. It's friendly and it shows you want to know their name too.
Exactly. It keeps the conversation going. Listeners, let's practice all three. Repeat after me. My name is, and then say your name.
Good. Now try I'm and then plus your name.
Excellent. And finally, I'm, your name, and you.
Fantastic. You're doing great.
Now, Mike, after names, people often ask about where you're from, right?
Oh yes, this is probably the second most common question in introductions. Where are you from?
And how do we answer this? Let's say I'm from Canada. I can say I'm from Canada.
Or I come from Italy if you're from Italy.
Great. But Mike, what if someone is from a city that people might not know?
Ah, good point. So if I'm from a small town, I might say, I'm from Rochester. It's in New York State.
Perfect. You give the city name first, then help them understand where it is. Let's practice this. Listeners, think about where you're from. Now say, I'm from, and your place.
Great. Now, if it's a small place, add it's in and the bigger area or country.
Wonderful. But you know what, Mike? Sometimes people ask a different question. They ask, where do you live?
Oh, right. That's different from where you're from. I'm from Rochester, but I live in Los Angeles now.
Exactly. Where are you from is about your hometown, your original place. Where do you live is about your current place.
So I would say I live in Los Angeles or I live in LA.
Perfect. And you can also say, I live here if you're in that place, or I live there if you're talking about another place.
Let's practice both questions. Listeners, first answer, where are you from?
Good. Now answer, where do you live?
Excellent.
Okay, Mike, here comes another very common question in introductions. What do you do?
Yes, this is asking about your job, your work. And Sarah, I have to say, this question confused me when I was learning Spanish.
Why? What happened?
Well, someone asked me, ¿qué haces? And I started talking about my hobbies. I thought they wanted to know what I do for fun.
Oh no. But in English, what do you do usually means, what's your job?
Exactly. So if I'm a teacher, I say, I'm a teacher.
Or, I work as a teacher.
Right. And if I teach at a school, I can add, I teach at Lincoln Elementary School.
Great. Let's look at more examples. Mike, what if someone is a doctor?
They can say, I'm a doctor, or I work as a doctor.
And if they work at a hospital?
I work at City Hospital.
Perfect. Now, what about students? This is important because many of our listeners might be students.
Great question. If you're studying, you can say, I'm a student.
And you can add what you study. I'm a student. I study engineering.
Or where you study. I study at Oxford University.
Excellent. But Mike, what if someone doesn't have a job right now?
Oh, that's totally okay. You can say, I'm looking for a job. Or I'm between jobs right now.
And if you're retired?
I'm retired. Simple and clear.
Let's practice. Listeners, answer this question. What do you do?
Remember, you can say, I'm a plus your job, or I work as a plus your job.
Great job, everyone.
Mike, I think it's time for our favorite part of the show.
Yes, dialogue time. We're going to act out a realistic conversation so you can hear how all these pieces fit together.
I love doing these. Okay, let's set the scene. Sarah and I are at a coffee shop. I'm waiting in line, and Sarah is behind me. We start talking.
Ready? Here we go.
Oh, this line is moving so slowly.
I know, right? But their coffee is worth the wait. Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hey, I'm Mike. Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Nice to meet you too. Are you from around here?
Actually, no. I'm from Rochester. That's in New York State. But I live here in LA now. What about you?
I'm from Canada originally, from Vancouver, but I've been living here for about 3 years.
Oh, cool. What brought you to LA?
Work, actually. I'm a graphic designer, and there are more opportunities here. What do you do?
I'm a teacher. I teach high school math at Washington High School.
That's awesome. I could never do math. You must be really patient.
Well, I try. Hey, looks like the line is moving. What's your usual order?
I'm boring. Just a regular coffee with milk. You?
Caramel latte extra shot. I need the caffeine.
Don't we all?
Okay, pause there. How was that, listeners?
I hope you noticed how natural it sounded. We didn't use fancy words or complicated grammar.
Exactly. We used simple phrases. I'm from, I live here, I'm a teacher.
And did you notice how we kept the conversation going? I asked, what about you? And what brought you to LA?
Great observation. Those are really useful phrases for keeping conversations alive.
Let's do another dialogue, but this time it's a more formal situation. We're at a business networking event.
Oh, good idea. This will be a bit more professional. Ready?
Ready.
Good evening. I don't think we've met. I'm Mike Johnson.
Hello, Mike. I'm Sarah Chen. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, Sarah. What company are you with?
I work for Creative Solutions. We're a design agency downtown. And you?
I'm with the school district. I'm a math teacher at Washington High, but I also do tutoring on weekends.
That's wonderful. Education is so important. How long have you been teaching?
About 5 years now. I love it, though some days are definitely easier than others. What about your design work? What kind of projects do you work on?
Mostly branding for small businesses. We help them create logos, websites, that kind of thing. It's really rewarding to help local businesses grow.
That sounds fascinating. Here's my card. Maybe we could collaborate sometime. The school is always looking for creative help with our materials.
I'd love that. Here's my card as well.
And scene. How is that different from the first dialogue?
Well, we were more formal. Instead of hey, we said good evening and hello.
Right, and instead of nice to meet you, we said it's a pleasure to meet you, and likewise.
We also talked more about our work in detail, and we exchanged business cards.
The key thing is matching your language to the situation. Casual with friends, more formal in professional settings.
Mike, sometimes introductions go beyond just name, place, and job. People want to know what you do for fun.
Oh, absolutely. This is where conversations get really interesting. If someone asks, "What do you like to do?" or "What are your hobbies?"
Perfect questions, and there are several ways to answer. You can say, I like, plus your hobby.
For example, "I like reading," or "I like playing basketball."
Or you can say, I enjoy, plus your hobby. I enjoy cooking, or I enjoy hiking.
And for things you do regularly, you can say, "I play," "I go," "I do."
Great examples, Mike. I play tennis, I go swimming, I do yoga.
What about you, Sarah? What are your hobbies?
Well, I love painting. I also enjoy reading mystery novels. And on weekends, I like to go hiking.
Nice. I'm into photography and rock climbing. I also play guitar, but I'm still learning.
Oh, that's perfect. Mike just showed us something important. He said, I'm still learning. It's okay to be a beginner at something.
Exactly. You can say, "I'm learning to play guitar," or "I just started taking dance classes."
Let's practice some hobby vocabulary. Listeners, repeat after me. I like reading.
I like reading.
I enjoy cooking.
I enjoy cooking.
I play tennis.
I play tennis.
I go swimming.
I go swimming.
I'm learning to play piano.
I'm learning to play piano.
Excellent. Now think about your own hobbies. How would you describe them in English?
Sarah, you know what our listeners ask us about a lot? How to keep the conversation going after the introduction.
Oh, that's such a good point. Sometimes you introduce yourself perfectly, but then awkward silence.
We've all been there. So let's talk about some easy conversation starters you can use after introductions.
First one. How do you like living in? This works great if someone just told you where they live.
For example, if I said, "I live in Los Angeles," you could ask, "How do you like living in Los Angeles?"
Perfect. Another good one is, how long have you been? You can use this for jobs, hobbies, or where they live.
Right. How long have you been teaching? Or how long have you been playing guitar?
Here's an easy one. That's interesting. Tell me more about that.
Oh, I love that one. It works for almost anything. If someone says they're a graphic designer, you can say, "That's interesting. Tell me more about that."
And it shows you're genuinely interested in what they're saying.
Another useful phrase, "What's that like?" If someone has an unusual job or hobby, this is perfect.
So if I said, I teach skydiving, you could say, what's that like?
That would be an interesting conversation.
Let's practice these. Listeners, I'll give you a situation and you can practice asking a follow-up question.
Great idea. Here's the first one. Someone says, "I'm from Tokyo, but I live in New York now."
You could ask, how do you like living in New York? Or how long have you been in New York?
Perfect. Next one. Someone says, "I work as a marine biologist."
Good options. That's interesting. Tell me more about that. Or what's that like?
Excellent. One more. Someone says, "I've been learning salsa dancing."
You could say, how long have you been learning? Or what's that like?
You are getting so good at this. Okay, Sarah, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when introducing themselves.
Oh, this is so important. Mike, what's one mistake you see a lot?
Well, one thing I notice is people sometimes give too much information all at once.
Yes, like, hi, I'm John. I'm from Brazil, but I live in Canada now. I'm a software engineer, but I used to be a teacher. I have 2 cats, and I like swimming and reading and cooking. And
Exactly. It's like information overload. The other person doesn't know what to respond to.
right. Keep it simple. Name, maybe where you're from, maybe your job. Then let the conversation develop naturally.
Another mistake, speaking too quietly. If people can't hear you, the introduction doesn't work.
So true. You want to be clear and confident, not shouting, but clear.
What about grammar mistakes, Sarah? Any common ones?
Oh, yes. One I hear often. I am come from Brazil.
It should be I come from Brazil or I am from Brazil.
Exactly. You don't need both am and come.
Another one, I work like a teacher.
It should be I work as a teacher or I am a teacher.
And here's a pronunciation tip. Nice to meet you, not nice to meet you.
Yes, meet, like meeting a person, not meat like chicken or beef.
Let's practice that one. Listeners, repeat. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Perfect. Sarah, let's talk about cultural differences in introductions. This is really important.
Absolutely. In some cultures, you might bow when meeting someone. In others, you might kiss cheeks. What about in English-speaking countries?
Great question. In the US, Canada, Australia, and the UK, we usually shake hands in formal situations.
Right. A firm handshake, not too strong, not too weak, and make eye contact.
In casual situations, we might just say hello without shaking hands, especially with younger people.
And Sarah, what about personal space?
Good point. In English-speaking cultures, we usually stand about arm's length apart when talking to someone new.
Not too close, not too far. If you're too close, people might feel uncomfortable.
Another cultural tip, it's normal to ask someone, what do you do? But don't ask about money, age, or very personal topics when you first meet.
Exactly. Save those conversations for when you know someone better.
And if someone asks you a question you don't want to answer, you can politely change the subject. Like, oh, let's not talk about work. What do you like to do for fun?
Perfect response. All right, Mike, I think it's time for our final practice round.
Yes, this is where we put everything together. Listeners, we're going to do 3 quick introduction scenarios, and we want you to practice along with us.
All right, scenario 1. You're at a party and someone comes up to you. Mike, you start.
Hey there, I'm Mike. I don't think we've met.
Hi, Mike. I'm Emma. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Emma. How do you know the host?
We work together. What about you?
College friends. We've known each other for years. What do you do for work?
I'm a nurse at the local hospital. You?
I teach high school math. That must be rewarding work, being a nurse.
It really is. Thanks.
Great. Scenario 2, you're at a coffee shop and you sit next to someone. Sarah, your turn to start.
Excuse me, is anyone sitting here?
No, please go ahead.
Thanks. I'm Sarah, by the way.
I'm David. Nice to meet you, Sarah.
You too. Are you from around here?
Actually, no, I'm visiting from Chicago. What about you?
I live here, but I'm originally from Canada. What brings you to town?
Business conference, but I love exploring new cities. Any recommendations?
Oh, you have to try the art museum downtown. Perfect. And scenario 3, professional networking event. This one's more formal.
Good evening. I'm Mike Johnson from Washington High School.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. I'm Dr. Lisa Park from City University.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Park. What department are you with at the university?
I'm in the education department. We actually work with several high schools in the area.
How interesting. We're always looking for partnerships. What kind of programs do you offer?
We have teacher training workshops and student mentorship programs.
That sounds exactly like what we need. Here's my card.
Thank you. I'd love to continue this conversation.
Excellent practice, everyone.
Did you notice how different each scenario was? Casual at the party, friendly at the coffee shop, professional at the networking event.
But the basic structure was the same. Greeting, names, and then building the conversation from there.
Wow, Mike, we've covered so much today.
We really have. Let's do a quick review of the most important phrases from today's episode.
Great idea. First, greetings. We have hello, hi, and hey for casual situations.
For names, my name is, I'm, or I'm and you.
For places, I'm from, and I live in.
For jobs, I'm a, I work as, or I work at.
For hobbies, I like, I enjoy, I play, I go.
And for keeping conversations going, how do you like? How long have you been? That's interesting. Tell me more.
Perfect summary. And remember, listeners, the key is to start simple and build the conversation naturally.
Don't try to say everything at once. Give people time to respond and ask questions.
And most importantly, be yourself. People can tell when you're being genuine, even if your English isn't perfect.
Your English is going to improve every time you practice these conversations.
Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Beginner English, the podcast.
We had so much fun teaching you about introductions today. I hope you feel more confident about meeting new people in English.
Remember, practice makes perfect. Try introducing yourself to someone new this week, maybe at a coffee shop or at work or even online.
And speaking of practice, don't forget that we post practice exercises on our website. You can find the link in the description below.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us reach more English learners around the world.
And if you have a topic you'd like us to cover in a future episode, leave us a comment. We read every single one.
Next week, we're going to talk about making small talk in English. All those little conversations that happen after introductions.
It's going to be another fun episode. We'll teach you how to talk about the weather, weekend plans, and much more.
Until then, keep practicing your English every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes.
Remember, mistakes are part of learning. Don't be afraid to try.
We believe in you, and we can't wait to see you next week for another episode of Beginner English, the podcast.
Take care, everyone.
Bye for now.